So I just was talking all that time and my mic was muted. So we're starting again. Anyways, welcome back, y'all. So like I was saying this morning that we were looking for longs. We would low key still be in that trade right now. If I didn't move my stop, we would still be in that trade. I wouldn't have been stopped out. But I didn't like the way the candles were printing. So I mean, I feel like it was a good decision to get out. Still, everything that I was expecting is happening. So right now, I'm looking for an after lunch trade, right? So I'm not looking to place a trade until after 1:30. The New York lunch right here, that's the high, and then this is the New York lunch low right here at 21,403, and then 21,472 is the New York lunch high. So what I'm expecting, I want to see one side get swept, like a real sweep. So it could be right here because we do have this fair value gap that's right here on the 15 minute. So if we could come in and tap the 50% of it, if we come tap the 50% of this fair value gap and then we kind of get a push down, maybe that could be our entry in our model to go down to dig deeper into this first 1 hour fair value gap that was created. If you look on the hourly chart, you'll be able to see that. But or if we could come down here and sweep these lows first, maybe tap into that, and then we continue our move up for the real move. I mean, there's a couple of different ways this could play out, but we just gonna sit here and just like wait for it to play out and we'll see what's gonna happen, all right? But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for right now. Yes, I guess if more people start coming in, I'll kind of reiterate what I was talking about, but right now. And this is also a possibility, like we could come sweep these like short-term lows. You know, we kind of been creating liquidity right here. So this is like a 5 minute sell side liquidity area. And then even on the 1 minute, you kind of see how that looks also. So we could probably just come down and then we'll probably get some reversal in this area. Not probably, but it's possible that we could get a reversal in this area, or we go down and really, like, since I'm bullish, I would really want to see price come down here and then we get some type of reversal after it gets down there. But this might be all that we get because we're already have made the move up, because usually you want New York to be consolidating or the lunch to be consolidating. So we'll see it. All of this has been consolidating all morning, right? And this could be a manipulation leg, and then we could see some continued selling coming down if we don't hold this area up here, right? But we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait till 10:30 and see what's up. I'm tired. Thank you. But what I was saying was, I'm looking forward. I have the New York lunch mapped out, the high and the low right here. So I'm looking for one side to get swept, and then looking for us to target the opposite side of that liquidity. But as you can see, we started making moves to like our original idea of us going up to the Asia high. You know, if I would have kept my stop where it was initially, I would have never been stopped out of this position. Um, so I got to keep that in mind, like to stop moving my stops too early, because we could have still been in this whole move. But it's all good. Every day is a learn. Every day is a learning process. So every day we're learning something new. But yeah, I'm still liking the longs as of right now. Everything still looks good. I just don't like how long it's taken to for the moves to play out. Like this isn't a normal day. You could tell like price action is a little weird today. Yeah, so just a waiting game right now. I like to wait until after 10 1:30 to place a trade. Anytime y'all hear me say like 10:30, or if I say like the time wrong, is because I'm on the West Coast. So, but I try to refer to everything as New York Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time. So sometimes you'll hear me say a time that doesn't make sense for you. It's because I'm on the West Coast and I'm just speaking in my time. We should start seeing like some aggressive moves. That's probably what these couple of green candles were. Just the waiting game now. We're just in the middle, so there's really no trade to be had. Just gonna map this 15-minute fair value gap out just so we can kind of see how price is trading within there on these lower time frames. Right. So honestly, I'm not quite expecting price to come and sweep all of this down here. It could, but it wouldn't make sense for the trade that I'm really looking for when you really look at it, because I wouldn't really expect it to come sweep this low, which it could though, right? But let's just see how this plays out. But what I do like about this trade though is that we're leaving these equal highs that are technically in this higher time frame fair value gap. So that should act like a magnet at some point. So if we do come down or get our reversal, like that's where our draw liquidity should be. It should be to the upside. But we've just been kind of chopping back and forth, so I don't want to expect too much. But a lot of times when you're chopping like that in the AM session, like the PM after lunch, is usually you'll get better moves. It'll be clear. And then with me saying like with it coming down here, me thinking that it shouldn't come down here, maybe that's the market like faking people out coming down here. Because, you know, it looks like it wants to turn back around, right? But is this going to be a fake out or is this the real move? Kind of hard to differentiate right now. So if we could get this candle to close above this little gap right here, I think we'll be good to go long again. Because like I said, I'm not, It just doesn't make sense for it to go all the way back down there. Um, but it could, you know. But let's see how this candle reacts to this area. If we just keep pushing off, or if we can close back up. Near the top of it. Yeah, so we close like that, and yeah, I'm gonna get in, put my stop down at the bottom of this wick, and I'm gonna ride with this one. Let's see if we can take it to the, man, I would like to see us finally just go ahead and take the Asia high, but I just don't know if we're gonna get that, because we do have this fair value gap right here on the hourly. But what I might do, I might try to scale in and add a couple more contracts. I do have a little wiggle room as far as like my daily loss. Actually, I'm gonna put my stop at this previous structure right here. I might have been, I think I'm a little too early. I don't like that. Because we are pretty close to this, the New York lunch low already, so. Might have to take that one on the chin, but it's okay. I definitely feel like I need to just move my stop a little bit, at least beyond that New York lunch, because that is an area of liquidity. So the market, like we saw earlier, it could just shoot down, tap it, and then reverse. So I do want to give it a little bit of breathing room. But with that being said, that's going to have to, if I get stopped out on this one, I need to be done for the day. Like that'll only be my one chance. Do kind of feel like I am a little early. A little early or on the wrong side, but I feel like that with every trade, so it is what it is. Yeah, this next candle probably gonna dig a little bit deeper, or it's just gonna come tap into this 5-minute fair value gap, and because it did take the lows and we hit down there, so if we can get a pull back into this area and we don't like continue up, I'll just hopefully be able to cut my trade in a little bit of green. Yeah, I would definitely like for us to at least sweep the low of this candle before going up. It will make me think that we want to go higher, but if we go and sweep this internal range liquidity first, then I think we might be on the wrong side. Okay, I like the way this is looking. So if we can, one, we have to invert this fair value gap And this 15-minute, I needed to close in this green box right here on this 15-minute chart, showing that we're respecting the 15-minute fair value gap and want to see higher prices. But I need to see that happen first. Sorry if y'all can hear my kids out there screaming, playing around. If we could keep this energy, then we're good. But I'll definitely be like moving my stop up a little bit now that we're kind of getting some movement into that direction. But again, I don't like seeing rejection like this. So yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, because we didn't take the low first. We kind of went up first. So maybe this is us taking this internal range liquidity, and then we're going to the sell side. But I'm still gonna stay in my trade for right now. But this is what I don't want to see. This was the gap that I was looking at on the 5-minute between these 3 candles, and we're rejecting from there. So it kind of tells me that we might be on the wrong side. But then if we look at the 1 minute, we had a strong green candle, which left a fair value gap for us to go up. No liquidity was swept also. So that's the other dilemma that I'm thinking about, is like no true liquidity was swept, at least to the sell side. But with lunch, sometimes that's just enough. Sometimes it doesn't come all the way back down. And like I said, if it came and swept this side, like my whole trade idea was off. Like just the way this was printing, the way candles have been printing all day, it would mean that we will want to go to the other side. So I kind of got in a little early. So the last minute on this 5-minute candle, we really need to see how this is going to close. We don't want it to close like this if we're looking for longs, just because it's showing us rejection. Yeah. Um, um, we still got to pay attention to both sides too, but we're getting strong push through this fair value gap, disrespecting it. So this is the other fair value gap on the 1 minute that I'm looking at. So we tapped into this. I guess this was a 5-minute fair value gap we tapped into. It respected it, and then we have this other 1 minute one. So I guess depending on how we close on this 1 minute fair value gap, that's gonna let me know if I'm gonna stay in this. I want to see it at least close above the 50% of this fair value gap for me to feel like extra confident about it, I guess. Okay, we did. But honestly, it's just a little bit too much hesitation down here. Respecting it. Okay. Hold on one second. My daughter's crying. I'm back. All right, so now we got the disrespect of that fair value gap. It was looking good at first. So this candle closed outside of it, and then this one's tapping back into it. We didn't create another low off of that. Okay, so it's still looking good. But we just need more like energy pushing with these candles. Like right now, it's just too much indecisiveness. Like I want the markets to make up his mind, but this might be what the day is going to consist of, and it ends just like this. Like we just keep chopping back and forth. But I really want to see us go at least take out the Asian high, or at least take out the lunch high, you know, take out that liquidity up there. All right, so we're reclaiming this fair value gap right here. It looks like that small one. Or not. Or maybe it's reclaiming this 1 minute one. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to that type of energy. That's what I wanted to, that's the type of energy I want to see us going up, but we're not getting that. Yeah. I'm gonna close it. Just take a second and see what happens. I don't want to sit in that. But like I was saying, it'll probably just tap that shit and just reverse. This looks like a better sweep of liquidity also. So if we really did, because if you look at all these equal lows that we made right here, and then we just shot down aggressively and then we're shooting back up, could possibly be our liquidity sweep, right? Let's see. So now we have this fair value gap to sit here and watch now to see what's gonna happen. I like that. I don't like that part right there, the rejection. But I'm getting in that one. I like I said, I like the sweep down that we got. So like if you look on this 5 minute, see how we kind of had these equal lows, and then this candle came down, swept that, and then started pushing up. If we could close up there, I'm liking it. I'm adding right there because we closed above it, tapped back into it. And yeah, let's sit in this one now. I like this setup. I mean, it's kind of like the setup from before, so we just got to wait and see what happens. But if you look at this green candle, it looks like we're getting ready to engulf this red candle, and we left such a huge, like a pretty decent sized wick at the bottom. So hopefully that was our sweep of liquidity. But if not, this is definitely my last trade. I'm done after this one. Uh, yeah, and you see how that bad boy is coming back, but I mean, it's not over till it's over, right? So yeah, let's just put this like a little bit below the Asia high. Okay, looking good. Now we just need continuation because I hate when we just the next candle just engulfs the entire move. And you know, anytime you're in these trades, you're always more than welcome to take partials and take some off. Like, you know, that's probably the better thing to do, so you're not, you know, you're not leaving money on the table and turning winning trades into losing trades, you know. Okay, we're treating that 1 minute fair value gap as support right now, so let's see if we can keep it that way and just kind of get some more energy up. Yeah, man. Yeah, this price action has been trashed today, but we'll see what's going to happen. Yeah, this price action, man. We're consolidating right now, but it's just so trash. It's failing to make new highs, keep making a lower. It's just like, even with price action being trash, you still kind of see the logic, at the end of the day. And like, it makes sense, like we get to these points and we shoot to try and reach for the other areas of liquidity. But just with price action and probably Yeah, like the hand part. Yeah. Is it bad? All right, so now we're finally starting to get some type of push, but again, we need to see this. Like, the market needs to make up his mind. We don't want to see rejections. We want to see solid candles, and we want to, like, just show strength in this bullish energy. We don't want to have too much hesitation. We've come down and tried to make a lower low a couple times, and it didn't happen. That's what you see right here, these wicks reaching down. But that's kind of telling us that price doesn't want to go any lower. So we're hoping that we don't get this on the opposite side and we just get like full closed candles, like how this candle closed. We don't want to see this. I don't want to see this next candle come anywhere near back down here, because there shouldn't be any reason for it to come back down there unless it wants to truly dig deeper to get more liquidity. But I think we got the liquidity that we needed to just go ahead and make that move to the top. So a little bit of price hesitation is normal right here, just because, we're coming up on this fair value gap that was created going in the opposite direction. But with our analysis and our bias, this should be disrespected. That's what we're expecting if we want our move to work. But anything can happen though. I want to move my stop up a little bit more, but I want us to kind of get away from my entry a little bit more before I even move it to break even, so that I know, the market's made up his mind. So yeah, it looks like we're getting a rejection from that. And I really like to wait till candle closes before I like truly make decisions, because a lot can happen in 10 seconds. Like the last 10 seconds of candles, if you ever really paid attention to them, sometimes they'll like make crazy moves in the last 10 seconds. But yeah. So it does look like we're getting that rejection right there. It's still kind of early in this. There's still 5 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. So I guess we're going to see how this happens, how this plays out. Okay. We keep getting these bullish candles like up to these areas. So it's showing me that it, you know, wants to go higher. But maybe the larger funds aren't convinced. So they're not hopping in for real. Or they're just trying to build up more liquidity, get more orders in before it makes its move. But this is the logic right here. Even if you just look at the line from our entry, consolidate, manipulate, then hopefully distribution. Not really liking how this 15-minute candle is about to end. Wanted to see it invert that if we were going to go back long. Hold on. We are just chopping back and forth again. I don't know. Part of me just wants to get up out of this trade. I'm tired of sitting here waiting for it. Yep, there it goes. So, how could we have got better positioning on this trade? There's no telling. Me personally, I still want to see longs, but that's just me being stubborn. When I like pick my bias, I'm like glued to my bias. So this fair value gap was reclaimed. Probably tap into that, and then we continue to sell off. Like this candle would have been okay if this candle immediately like came back up and retraced the whole move, but we didn't get that. So yeah, looks like we're selling off at this point. Again, I might have just been in early because we do have this New York lunch down here. That area wasn't swept. I felt like this was enough of a sweep. And like I said, once it if it did trade below this, kind of invalidates my analysis or my bias. But yeah, so we'll just let it stop me out. But once I get stopped out, I'm done. We'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, so if we respect 50% of this reclaim gap, that just kind of confirms that market is shifting and wants to continue lower. Yeah. And I did have opportunities to close my trade and not lose as much, but here we are. And I could move my stop further down, but I just don't want to. Yeah, there we go. All right, one time. I appreciate you. You're my only streamer, my only watcher today. But I hope you did good today, man. God bless. I got to go take care of these kids. I'll be back on it tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's a better day. But all right, man. Have a good one.